Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning. My name is Lucio Berumen. I'm glad to be here this morning. I move a lot. I want to say, thank you to Crosslake, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for Gary, Kerry, for this invitation, and thanks for the family, to stay with them. So my name is Lucio Berumen. I'm a missionary for 17 years in Y1 Youth with a Mission. And I want to share with you about reaching our calling. This is what I want to share today. And the thing is, like many times, we're sometimes in a phase in our life that we're asking ourselves, like, what we came, we're here to do. Sometimes we're here, we're thinking like, well, we're okay. We're doing some money, we have a house, we have a car, our kids growing, so it's we're okay, that's. But sometimes, deep in us, it's like there's something missing, something missing, and that happened to all of us. Okay, I want to explain a little bit, what is the situation, why did that happen, and what is that? What can we do? The thing that I want to accomplish today is just to show you like in the compass, the compass, the main thing, on the compass is to show you where's the north, okay? Where to now, knowing the north, now you know where the other ones are. So that's is kind of the main thing for me, is to show you like, okay, where's the north is, where, and then you could see where you are and what you need to do in accomplish, what does, bring you over here, to do. So, do I do like that and to do next? Yeah, perfect. So this is me. This is my family. I have the 3 kids. One is 12. The other is 8, and the other one's 3. Okay, this is in Norway. In close to a fjord. Yes, a fjord. And there's there's all my family over there. Another one. This is when I was my first trip, okay, my first mission trip, short-term mission, okay, was to Asia, was 2002, and I was there. It was a few years ago. I was there in Asia in 2002, and it's kind of weird because in that moment I didn't know that I want to be missionary. They invite me, and then I have a cousin who told me, oh yes, it's the revelation from God that you want to be missionary. And me like, no, I'm not going to be missionary. Forget it. I don't want to. Because in my mind, a missionary is a person who doesn't have like a really dirty shoes, begging for money, it doesn't look so good for me. I study industrial engineer, so I want to have a lot of money and I want to do all the things that I want. Okay. So in that time, I could say that my cousin was more sure what I'm going to be than myself. Another one, this is in Thailand, in the same trip, and we're in that elephant, and the elephant halfway, they start fighting each other, and we're on the top, and we're like, whoo, it wasn't that bad, less than a minute. But you could see the whole life, passing when they're fighting each other, and it was but the elephant that I was in, and another one, hit each other, and we were like, until they come down, they had a machete, and then they cut over here. I didn't know that, but they cut over here, and then they come down. But it was kind of a little scary, So yeah, that happened over there. Another one. And this was the first time that I share my testimony. It was 2002, I was 27 years old, and then I just become a Christian in 2001. So the first time that I shared my testimony. One time, we were in a place in Thailand that I've been, I shared my testimony in Spanish, then Spanish to English, then English to Taiwan, and Taiwan to Karen, because another tribe who was there. So you can imagine how good was it. Maybe it was the telephone, like the game that we have with the telephone, So another one. This is Cuba. You could see my wife there. She's sharing what's her her first trip with the YWAM, and I was the leader in that time, and we're in Cuba over there. Another one. This is my middle son, and the older son is over there too. And there we were working in Peru, building houses because it was an earthquake over there. So we trying to build houses for people who have the earthquake. So we were there 2016. Another one. And me there trying to do my best, put in the bricks. Hopefully they don't fall. And then my kid, my older kid is there. In that time he was like 10 years old. So anyway, another one. So what is the thing about or calling? What is I don't want to be a missionary in the beginning, and then little by little I figure out that is what I'm going to be, and most of the time is because when you don't know what to do, you're always looking outside, like to see maybe the clouds, tell you something, you're always looking outside what to do instead of looking inside. Most of the time, the thing, God created you and give you everything that you need inside of you. But sometimes we're looking for outside. That happened to you, that sometimes you're going to a church because someone is going to share and have a word of revelation or things like that. So you go over there because they want you, and you're looking for someone to touch you, to tell you what to do. That happened, that's good. But most of the time, daily basis, all the things that you need in order to accomplish your purpose in life is inside of you. So it's something that I want to tell you, what do I can share with this. Jeremiah 1:4 says, "Before I shaped you in the womb, I knew all about you. Before you saw the light of day, I had a holy plan for you." What is the difference between a career or a calling? A career is something that you could choose for yourself. A calling is something that you receive from God. A career is something that starts when you start working in the field that you choose. A career, a call begin before you're born. A career is something that maybe ended when retirement, but a call never ends. You could choose a lot of stuff in your life, but you never could choose a call or calling, because that comes from God. So another one. So I will tell you some things that stop us from fulfilling our calling. Why is so difficult? In some way, God wants you to know that, but sometimes He don't want to be so easy, so you take it for granted. But He want to be so complicated, so you never know in your whole life. It's like when we play with our kids. If you play hide and seek with your kids, you normally choose a place. He's a 2-year-old, 3-year-old. You choose a place the place that he could find you. Okay, you don't go, up, on the second floor or maybe on the ceiling and hide it, over there for 3 hours, because in a few more minutes he stopped looking for you. Okay, what you do? You just go around. Why? Because the main thing is to find you. It's the same with God. It's not that easy to take it for granted, but it's not complicated that you need all your life to discover. Okay? So this is kind of the thing that stop us from reaching our calling. Is the doubt and the fear. All of us have fear. Okay? In level, high level or low level. Okay? Sometimes we have fear for unknown. That you don't know what's going to happen. And we could see that, with that thing with the COVID. You could see all the levels of each one. A few people more laid back, then you use, the mask. And then the other one, you put the mask. And then you go to one place, and they're so strict. And you go to another place, it doesn't matter. Okay, I went to Mexico thinking that when I come back, from Mexico, they want to ask me a lot of questions. They don't ask me anything. And I was, okay, it's so cool that they don't ask me anything, but in the same way, like, how about if I have it? Okay, and they don't do anything. So those kind of things, you could see how people are more freaking and people are more less. And then what is that? Why is it going to be like that? We have fear in some level, but all of us have that, even though those ones who are more macho, like Mexican. No, just kidding. Okay, so another one. You could see, this is a photo of my older one, okay, when he was around 2. And you could see, throwing him, for having this photo. I really like it. And you could know, you have kids, you know that when you have a photo session, you know how many photos in order to have one of those. how many things you need to throw him, okay? Okay, many times I need to throw him, and each time he was laughing. My wife was on the other side taking the picture, and it's one of my favorite pictures, with my son. So when I taking that picture, you could see how scared he is. You see his face? So scared. But no, he's so happy. He's so happy. Then I was throwing again, and he's happy until we get the photo. And few years later, he was around 8 or when we went, he liked Toby Mac. So when somebody giving us a ticket to go to see Toby Mac. So I said, you want to go to see Toby Mac? Yes. So then I want to put him on my shoulders to be closer, to go, behind all the people so he could see Toby Mac. And he was scared. He have a height. He was scared to heights, yeah? Scared of heights. Okay? You could be like, what happened? What happened from that thing a few years later? What happened? Well, something should happen. So that's why. Sometimes it's the same with us. We so, when we're young, we want to do this, we want to do that, and then later, no, it's okay like that. Why? Okay? It's the fear, it's our doubt. And most of the time, the fear or doubt that we have is when we focus more in what when we want to know what we created for instead of knowing the Creator. I want to do the same. I want to say it again. When we focus more on why we've been created for, we focus more in that than knowing the Creator, that difference makes us have doubts and make us to have fear. Because we want Him to tell us, where to go instead of be with Him. It's when you try to trust more in the map instead of in the guide. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we want a map of our life, okay, to see when we start, what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, you want to finish your school, then you want to get married, then you have so many kids, then the kids want to do this. So you want a map to feel secure. God is never going to give you a map because He wants to be your guide. To tell you next, like a GPS. Many of us use GPS, okay? Now it's more common. So a GPS, does the GPS talk to you when you are okay? When this, the GPS normally don't talk to you when you're okay. They don't tell you, yes, you're doing good, yes, it's the right way that you're going. They don't tell you that. He only tells you or talk to you when you need to make right, left, or keep doing what you do. And when you commit a mistake, what happened? Recalculating, okay? So it's the same with God. Sometimes when you don't hear it from God, it's because He says, oh, you're doing good, okay? As soon as you're not sinful that you're doing, okay, you're doing good. But when you go into another place that He doesn't like it, He want to say, recalculate, okay? You need to turn in you. Why? Because God is one. Because Jesus wants to be our guide, not give you just the map. Another one. Another thing, to stop for fulfilling our calling is believe the gender, family, and cultural expectation are more important than God's calling. We live in this world, and this world, the culture that live in this world, move into some place, okay? Because so-and-so do that, so I need to do it. Or to have a car, or have a car. Or have a house, and a car. So it's always like a competing, and this is something that is agreed in our culture that we live. But you go to another country, the culture is different. They're looking for different, stuff. In Mexico, is sometimes you have better cars and clothes than better house. Why? Because it's more important how do you show off. Okay? Over here, sometimes it's not like, oh yeah, that's okay, but it's a better house than better. So it depends on the culture that you live in. So that shapes you. What does Romans 12:2 says? You need to transform your mind all the time. Why? Because you live in here, so you're little by little. In the beginning, you see God, you have your eyes, on the more important things, and little by little, you're getting down, okay? And then you pay more attention to whatever is around you. So that's why it's so important to go, to read the Bible, to be in touch with God, because as soon as we go a little bit, then, all the fear, all the uncertainties, all the values change, okay? Another one. Believe that some areas in life are more spiritual than others. If you have in your mind that the thing that I do in the church is sacred, and the thing that I do in my job is secular, you have that kind of set of mind, I told you that is wrong, okay? It's the same importance, to be here, and it's sacred, because as soon as we accept Jesus in our heart, everything that we do, okay, is sacred. But if you say, like, no, the business is like that, it's just, I have my dad's a businessman, and he say, sometimes he say, it's okay if they stole something from you, as soon as they give you enough, to revenue. Like, what? No, this is wrong. Stealing is wrong. It doesn't matter. But it's the mindset. It's the culture you're moving in. Okay? If you have these two mindsets, like some things are more spiritual than others, then your purpose or your calling is going to be difficult, because you think when you're in your job or whatever you're doing, it's okay to do what they do or what the culture tells you to do. And when you're in the church or something sacred, then okay, then you want to be, because now is when God see you. God see you 24/7. This is going to talk about Big Brother. I know you remember that show. They have cameras. They put people over there and they put cameras 24/7. And in the beginning, they're trying to acting, but then later it's so normal, okay, to have cameras that they do what they do. And then the best thing is when they do things, bad. So this is kind of the main thing. It is the same thing with us. God have I have a videos, a camera for everything that we do, okay? So everything that we do, we need to have a sacred way, okay? It's from the Lord. Okay, you have another one? Yes? What Colossians 3:23-24 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as reward. It is a Lord Christ you are serving. So if you have a mindset that since you become a Christian, all the things that you do is sacred, okay? Coming to the church is sacred. Prayer is sacred. Play is sacred. Walking around is sacred. Driving is sacred, okay? So you get mad with the person in front of you, okay? This is sacred, okay? Everything that you do is sacred. Okay, another one. Believing that what we have dictates what we do. This is another, mindset. Sometimes the enemy, the devil, is one to tell you that the situation that you have right now is going to be forever. Okay? If you can make it right now, you're never going to make it. That is the mentality that he want to put you in your mind. Another one. And I want to show you, what's happened with the elephants. When the elephants are little, they put the chain and they put like a spike spike something in the dirt. And when they were little, they tried to take it out. They tried and they tried and they tried and they couldn't make it. Because in that time, they're little. They're not strong enough. But there's something in their mindset to say, when each time I have this chain and this spike over there, I never gonna take it out. Okay, another one. But they grow. Okay, and you could see that if they try, they can make it. But they don't try anymore. Why they don't try anymore? Because they tried before and doesn't work. So it's gonna be like that. So what do I try? So where's the problem in here? What is the problem? In the body? No. The problem is in the mindset. So you have that mentality that I try and it doesn't work. The devil want to tell you it's never going to work. You don't have money right now, you're never going to have money. You want to try to do something, it doesn't work, it never going to work. Even if it's from the Lord, that thing it doesn't work. Why? Because then the devil win in our mind. Okay? And the thing is a lie, we make it true in our mind. Okay? And then if you want to do something that really like it, and you say, no, it's not for me, because I tried, then maybe is the devil win in the mindset. Okay? Another one. 2 Timothy 1:9, they say, he has saved us and called us to a holy life, not because of anything we have done, but because of his own purpose and grace. This grace has given us in Christ Jesus before the beginning of the time. Okay? Another one. So, in general, all of us have a call. You know, all of us who become a Christian to accept Jesus in our heart have calling. And those one who doesn't do it yet, they have a calling too. They need to do the first thing first, okay, to accept Jesus in their heart. But if you accept Jesus in your heart, you have a calling. And one of the calling is to the salvation and sharing the gospel. All of us need to share the gospel. Matthew 4:19, come and follow me, Jesus said, and I will make you fisher of men. This is not only for, it's for you because you're an extrovert and you're okay talking to people. That's okay. This is for you, but not for me. Like it's not like that. It's for all of us in the level or the pen or the gift and talent that God gave you. You don't need to do it the same way like the others, but you need to share the gospel in the way that you could do it. Okay? So sometimes I already have in the mission field, there's people who are extrovert, there's people who are introvert. I'm extrovert, but people who are introvert say, no, this is not for me because I don't know what to talk to, other people. I say, hey, that's okay. Don't do it that way. For me, it's normal. People share the gospel. I share the gospel with the people in any place, in the bus, sometimes in a bus. I share the gospel with a person next to me. People accept Jesus in the heart when I'm in the plane. The thing that I do normally is buy a little like Pringles or whatever. I have little snacks with me. I will have in my backpack, and whenever sitting next to me, I invite a snack. If they say yes, they want to hear me. If they say no, well, then I leave them alone, and then I put my earplug. But if they say yes, and they and I have a conversation. And many of them, receive, Christ. And a few ones say no too. But, I have one time when I came from France, it's a long, flight, and the person next to me asked me a lot of questions. Why? What is the right religions? And it's not about the religion. It's about relationship with God. And then I was start talking to him, say, you want to accept Jesus in your heart? No. Okay. So I spent a lot of time with him, but it's okay. It's up to him. Last year I was in the stretch of Gibraltar stretch in the side, of Morocco and Spain. I was there, and we were giving Bibles to people in French, Arabic, and Spanish. And there was a guy over there from Argentina, so he speaks Spanish. So I was talking to him about what it is, and the same thing. I shared the gospel with him. And it's normal for me because I'm an outgoing person, and that's okay for me to start any conversation. But if people say no, I'm not like that. Don't do it the way that I do it, but do it in the way that you feel comfortable doing it. Another one, we have our calling to be mature in our character. that you may be mature and complete, not lacking of anything. James 1:4. If you're a person who's been long period in the church and you didn't mature, do you have the same? You get angry with the same thing, you get mad, and all this kind of stuff. It can be that way. It can be, you can be a same person now and 5 years later. You need to mature, okay? You need to have the purpose of what is going to be. Things that bother you before shouldn't bother later on. Shouldn't, okay? This is the way that you need to be mature. God wants you to be mature because He wants you to help others. When you go to a church, the main thing that you get there is they talking about God, okay? And if you are one, who you want to ask for help? 2, 3, 4, you name it. If you are a 7, who you want to help? You want to help 6, 5, okay, and down. And want to learn from 7, 8, okay? So you always, you know the last link on the chain and you know the main link on the chain. It's always people you need to help, you could help to know more God, and you need people who can help you to know more of God, okay? That's why the maturity, play the role here. Another one, co-create with Him. I tell you the truth, anyone who has faith in me will do what I've been doing, will have what I have been doing. He will do even greater things than this because I'm going to the Father. John 14:12. When we, there's a lot of teaching about this. I want to go in that line. The only thing that I want you to know, that He wants to work with you to accomplish whatever He called you to do. The calling that He have, He wants to help you with this. And sometimes you say like, God, remember when you're in a team and you don't get along with all the people in the team, it's like, I could work with this, but I don't want to work with that person, okay? Because, and then you have a problem with that person and you go with God and be in your knees, and then say, God, please, I don't want to work with that person. And I can imagine God in the other side, in their knees thinking, I don't like too much about you, but still working with you. Sometimes it's easy for us, I want the easy way. But when you have a problem, you need to go with you inside and see, what do I need to learn in this process? What does God want to show me in this? Because if we have an easy way, we don't want to go with, to Him so frequently. Okay? So, in the umbrella of a calling, these are the main 3 things that God wants us to be. Okay? Share the gospel, maturing our character, and knowing that He wants to work with us to accomplish the call. Another one. Without a vision, the people perish. So sometimes say like, yeah, it's okay, but it's so broad. I want something more me, like exactly where in this area. Okay, I go in that place. I go in that way. Another one. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what's behind and straining toward what is ahead. I press toward the goal to win the prize which God had called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:13 and 14. When Paul says, I still don't do it yet. Still working on it. I'm still working on it. And if we're alive, we're still working on it. Okay, God doesn't finish with us yet. We're still working on it. Harder, and sometimes easy, but we're still working on it in order to accomplish whatever we want to accomplish with Him. Being a Christian is many of you, well, I don't know that over here is a lot of lakes, but any of you been in the beach, in the sea? Any of you been in the sea? Okay, do you swimming in the sea? Okay, so the one who's swimming in the sea, this is what I have for everyone, but you understand a little bit more. Like, When you become a Christian, it's like you appear in front of the beach, okay? And the waves are in front of you. But you're in the sand. You become a Christian, okay? You're going to heaven, okay? But now the thing that he wants to accomplish with you, he wants to go to the deep. Jesus is in the deep, way more in where the waves, started. And Jesus calling you, hey, come, follow me. And you're like, okay. So you just start walking through him, and the water start in your ankles, and then your knees, then your hip, and you could see that when the water's in your hip, you can move that easily. That when the water is on your ankles. Am I right? As soon as you get it inside to the water, okay, then the water getting until you're like here, okay? And then if you have sandals, okay, you put the sandals in one place, and then you swimming in the ocean, deep in the ocean. And then later when you get out, where's my sandals? And then you see the sandal is kind of over there, okay? They move. Well, they don't move. The person who moves was you. And it's because of the current who give you. So the main thing here I want you to understand is, in order to accomplish God's will in your life, you need to go all the way with him inside. If you want the water in your knee, that's okay. It's your decision. But he wants to have the whole thing. I come do you have a better life, okay? I want that. But the enemy came to steal, to destroy, to death. Okay? So that is kind of the main thing. If you're not allowing, trusting God to go all the way to the deep, and when you're there, you don't move yourself, he moves you, then it's never going to accomplish his God will in your life. You could go to heaven. That's okay. I'm not talking about going to heaven or not. I'm talking about whatever he wants to do here in the earth. With you, with your calling, you need to be able to go with him and swimming with him in the deep. Another one. Most of us know the parable of the sower. Yeah. This is in Luke 8:5-15. And I want you to paraphrase. Yeah. To talk about a little bit about what it is instead of reading. And this is a farmer, came with the seed and started throwing the seed here and there. And a few, came to the road, and the birds came and eat it. Okay. Then another ones, came in the rocks, the rocky field, and they grow, a plant grow, but doesn't have root, so they get dry and die. And another one, to the thorns. And grow, but the thorns got higher and they choke. They've been choked. But another one came in good land and have a better, have a 1 to 100, crop. So a better crop. So when Jesus said that to the followers, they say, well, he said that the knowledge of the secret of the kingdom of God have been given to you. Okay. So another one. So I want to explain, what does the meaning of each one. Jesus explained to the disciples about what is the meaning. He said, those in the path are those one who hear, and the devil come and take away the word from their heart, so that they may not believe and be saved. Okay? So this is, sometimes if you think in your calling as a seed, okay, you need to know where your seed is, okay? If the devil, be able to take you that from you, and you don't, no, it's okay, you just be here and, have fun, tend to be good, and that's it. Maybe, you need to know where your seed was put into. Another one. Those on the rocky ground, those on the rocky ground are those ones who receive the word with joy when they hear it, but they don't have no root. but they had no roots. They believed for a while, but in the time of testing, they fall away. Do you know people who come to the church, okay, and only go to another church? They're not going to any church at all. Actually, they don't want to be with the Lord. Do you know those kind of people? I know many of those, and a few ones are YWAMers, who ex-YWAMers, who've been in YWAM and they don't want to do anything about God. Like a what? After being 2 or 3 years as a mission field, and you don't want to be like that? Like, why? What happened? And it's just a little by little decisions, and in the end, they was so separate, from God's calling for them. Another one. The seed that falls among thorns stand for those who hear, but as they go on their watch, they are choked by life worries, riches, pleasures, and they not mature. This is what I say. If the culture who you are in, when you're not having your eyes on Jesus, and then you get down and down and down, you have a less time with the Lord, less time reading, less time, and then start seeing all the things around. The COVID happened, and then you're like, what are you gonna do? Well, what now what's next? And I told you this thing because it happened to me too. It's not happened to everyone, like how it's going to be. I have 4 to 6 flights or traveled this year, all being canceled. The last one was on Colombia. It's been canceled. Supposed to be another one to Egypt was canceled. So all this in the prospect of going to another country to serve, it's been canceled. I've been doing most through the computer than really with them. And I was like scared, like, what am I gonna do right now? So if you start seeing the things like with your eyes in the culture, then you're gonna be scared and doubt and fear. That's why it's okay to go up and say, what is going to be my job in this situation? Another one. If you the areas of influence of society is government, business, science, technology, family, communication, arts, entertainment, education, church, and religion. The thing that I want to tell you is that if you have a heart to work in any of those areas, to be witnesses of God in those areas, is what He wants. To be, in order to the society change, He needs to have a Christian in all these areas of the society. If all of us be only in the church and the religion, then sometimes we fight each other because we're trying to change everything inside when the thing that you need to change is outside. Example, in the government, you want to be in the government and you're Christians, most of the time say, no, don't do that. At least in my country, say, no, don't do that. They're liars, they're bad. So we don't do that, okay? We don't get inside to the government as a Christian. So what we do, we leave the whole control of the guy downstairs, the enemy, to do whatever they want. And then when Allah says that you can share the gospel in any place because it's the law, or in the schools or things like that they have more places for other religions than Christians, and you say, why? Because we let the other guy do his job. Capiche? What happened with the family, with the communication? Oh, don't do that. They're a bunch of liars. You put one channel, they give you one perspective. You put another channels, and the news is a different perspective. If you go to Cuba and you see the news is totally against or opposite what it is the news over here. And I know that. One time I was watching the news in Cuba, and they said, like, what? It's not the news. It's totally opposite. Of course, because behind the news, okay, is who are behind those news, okay? So in the communication, instead of the truth, that is something that God have, truth, they've been doing it for the opposite. When we let the guy downstairs, the devil, do his job. You could say, with the family, abortion, separate, like a divorce, The rates of divorce in Christian is not that much difference among, the non-Christians, just to let you know. So those kind of things, when we don't be in the areas of influence society, we let the guy downstairs do his job. Okay? Another one. So the parable of the sower says, but the seed in good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart, who hear the word, retain it, and be persevering and produce a crop. Okay, Luke 8:15. Another one. Okay, so it was almost done. So with a mathematics thing, we say like if our seed is our calling, then you have 70% because depend on the soil. It's 4 soils. Okay, it's only one good. You have more opportunity to don't do God's will in your life, okay, than doing it. It's just math. So it's 70% of failing. You could fail. So you're like, oh wow. So if I ask you personally, you will say, oh, I'm in the 25. Okay, we want to be in the 25. But if we're honest in the math, say 1, 2, 3, yes. Okay, so no, yes. No, yes. No, yes. You know what I'm saying? So you could say right now, no, I'm in the 25. Oh, I want to be in the 25. Well, you check it out. Check it out. Go with him. Say, who am I in the 25 or not? And I want to give you. I don't want to be so hard on you. So I want to give you another idea in this. Go. Another one. I want to go. Another one. Yes. Another one. Okay. Any of you like sports, like a baseball? No, not too much. Yeah, like the Twins doesn't do any good, so lately. So they're so good in a regular season, but then when they come to the playoff, okay. Okay. Well, let's explain a little bit about baseball. Okay, should be, what I wanted to get from this. This guy, his name is Albert Pujols, or Alberto Pujols. It's a Dominican guy. And he was baseball since 2001. And in 2011, he get the biggest contract in the MLB, okay? Major League Baseball, okay? He gained he made a contract for 10 years of $240 million. Right now there's more, but in that time was a big deal. Was, $24 million for a year. So it was a big deal. So this guy, he was playing with the Cardinals, and then he made a contract for 10 years with the Angels of Anaheim. Okay, so another one. And you can read. Okay, any of you know what does batting average mean? Okay, well, so a few one. Okay, I like it. When I go to different countries like Cuba, Colombia, yes, but Colombia and other places, when I say batting average, like they more with the soccer than with baseball. So it's good that you know. Okay, batting average is said or is meaning by 0.000. Okay, so that's normally like that. The batting average, normal batting average, a good batting average is over 250. Okay, you understand that? But I want to explain, how it is. It means that for 1,000 times that you go, okay, and want to hit the little ball, okay, for 1,000 times, if you hit it. If you have an average of 250, means you hit it 250 times. Okay, that's the meaning. Okay. So Albert Pujols, over there, they say that when they've been contract, they have a 330, okay? So he hit the ball 330 times, each 1,000 times they have opportunity to be, to hit it. This is a batting average. Right now he having 300, well, 299 in 19 years. He have 299, so we want to make it around at 300. 300 is good. But I want to let you know that his job, what is the job of a baseball player who are who are in the home plate? Is to hit the ball. This is his job. So he misses his job 70% of the time. Okay? He only make 30% of the time. So imagine you do your job normally, and they pay you $24 million to fail 70% of the time. Capiche? Okay? So it's what happened over here. Okay? This is what happened over here. So the thing that I want to let you know with this is like God is going to provide you even though you miss 70% of the time of what you're trying to do. Because in the end, he only wants if you try. Okay? When you have a strikeout in your life, you're thinking, oh, it's over, I don't want to do it again. Like, no, easy. You just wait, you're going to be in front of the pitcher again. So I want to let you with this, okay? The calling that you have, okay? Yes, it requires have a relationship with God, okay? But it doesn't require to be 100% perfect. So that's it.
Thank you. You guys give us a good lesson. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, you learned something. Or maybe were encouraged. You don't want to get caught in a trap. Well, if I'm not going to be perfect, then why should I try? How many know we know the Lord accepts us the way we are, but He doesn't want us to stay the way we are. He's leading us. And so, I'm an introvert. And I liked how you said you do it the way you're as you are. You know, one of my problems was in college I would compare myself to every speaker that came in chapel. I was like, oh my goodness, if I could only be like them, if only I could speak like them, then I'd be successful. And I'd just get down. But I realized, that's not good. That's not good. We're not comparing ourselves. We're not competing. We're not competing with each other. We're with the Lord. We're on the same team. And so we're gonna close in prayer. I guess we got a song, but I want us to pray and just say, Lord, here I am. Take me as I am. I realize that in my own strength, I'm going to fail miserably. But if I don't try, I really fail. I failed not to try. So why don't we sing in closing, Lord, I Need You. It's a song that really helps us keep in mind the importance of spending time with Jesus